Good morning to all. My name is Ondřej Ditrych. I'm the director of the Institute of International Relations in Prague. And I have the pleasure to welcome you at the 4th Annual Chernin Security Forum. It is named after the Chernin Palace, home to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, but for the second time consecutively, we are organizing this forum in digital form. This is, of course, dictated by the pandemic, but perhaps it's fitting after all, or because after resilience, arms control, and invisible threats, we are to engage in 2 days of discussing digital security agenda this year. We will shortly hear the thoughts of Jakub Kulhánek, Czech Minister of Foreign Affairs, whom I will hand over in a minute, but also Věra Jourová, the EU Commissioner for Values and Transparency, or Tyson Baker of DGAP in Berlin, giving a keynote. And then we will have a lineup of star panels looking into the politics of securing personal data, new interfaces of digital technology and human rights, critical cyber infrastructure, digital most certainly does not mean immaterial, geopolitics and cyber or social media disinformation and polarization. Digital is a new plane of global politics. It is separate, yet reaches and intersects the plane of states, international politics, at many points. It is a place for potential war, though perhaps some skepticism is warranted regarding the possibility to achieve shifting balance of power without actually going into shooting war. It is a place inhabited by our digital doubles, where we are formatted in our data and made surveillable. And these data don't just reflect, but also shape who we are. It is a place where complex choice architectures are algorithmically devised, that define what we want and what we desire. And this raises some troubling issues regarding freedom and our illusion of having perhaps more freedom that we may be having in reality, from purchasing choices to exposure to information that we use to make sense of the world. It is a place where trading algorithms now perform majority of financial market operations. Finally, it's a virtual embodiment of the new great step, where innovative ideas but also killer designs and disinformation travel fast, and which is the site of states and nomadic war machines' unregulated struggles over power and resources. Power now works through data. The challenge for public institutions is now to devise ways to make visible and govern this new great step, to protect the digital commons against worse instincts of the Goliath focused exclusively on their profits, or against all the new highwaymen on all those new digital highways. The great step cannot be occupied or reshaped in a space of regulation and enclosure. This would be imperial and unrealistic. Yet, outsourcing the policing to technological giants ruling sovereign on deplatforming or defining community rules may be naive and dangerous. What to do then to face this new reality and act in public interest? We're about to hear from people who have given it a lot of thought, participants of this year's Chernin Security Forum. I'd finally like to thank all those who made this conference possible. First of all, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, represented here by Jakub Kulhánek. Then NATO and Friedrich Ebert Stiftung, Prague office. I'm grateful we could do this again and partner on this together. The special thanks to Asia Metodieva, our researcher who, as the program chair, put all these great panels and people together, and to the event organization unit at the Institute of International Affairs, who made them, even if virtually, real. So thank you all very much for listening, and I will now hand over to the Chernin Palace and to Minister Kulhánek. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you, Ondřej, and I hope you can hear me all. Well, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the first day of the Chernin Security Forum. Unfortunately, we're not able to meet in person, but still I hope you will enjoy the conference. First, many thanks to the organizers of this event, well, namely the Institute of International Relations, the NATO's Public Diplomacy Division, and the Friedrich Ebert Stiftung. This year, you will be focusing on the digital transformation in Europe after 2020. No doubt, digital technology is changing our lives, and in a rather profound way. And what we need to focus on is to make this transformation work for people and businesses. There are also certain security challenges we should consider. Digital technology has become a major geopolitical battleground for two global tech leaders, China and the United States. This leads me to the following question. What role should Europe play in this field? Well, first, Europe can and should become a global leader in setting international standards for the regulation of new digital technologies. We should work tirelessly in multilateral settings, and we should pay close attention to what might be easily dismissed as merely technical discussions, such as in the International Telecommunications Union, but which can, however, have far-reaching geopolitical implications. Second, Europe should promote a human rights-based approach to new digital technologies. We should object to any misuse of such technologies to suppress the fundamental rights and freedoms of citizens, as well as counter any attempts by authoritarian regimes to establish international regulation that would allow for such suppression. Also, we need to better regulate big tech companies over issues such as privacy, liability, and market dominance. And finally, Europe should build and maintain relationships with like-minded partners in the field of new technologies. In this respect, we should work closely with the United States to cultivate transatlantic digital cooperation and strive for technological interoperability and regulatory alignment. We put much hope in the recently established EU-US Trade and Technology Council as a platform for maintaining the technological edge, keeping us safe from harmful activities of the authoritarian states. Our activities should aim at creating a global coalition for fair digital markets, secure cyberspace, and rights and freedoms online. As for our national approach to all this, the Czech Republic has recently been very active. This month, for instance, we joined the Global Partnership for Artificial Intelligence, an initiative bringing together leading experts from government, industry, and civil society to support cutting-edge research on artificial intelligence. Also, our National Cyber and Information Security Agency is organizing the Prague 5G Security Conference this week, focused on the emerging and disruptive technologies. Finally, today, the Chairing Security Forum will be asking provocative questions such as personal data protection, critical infrastructure hacking, and online disinformation operations. I very much welcome all these initiatives, since we need to adapt to this rapidly developing digital transformation in Europe and set standards to shore up our digital sovereignty. Ladies and gentlemen, to conclude my short opening remarks, the time is right for our work to begin. I believe that our unique ability to create and enforce standards, coupled with our proclivity for creating synergies with like-minded partners, should be at the core of Europe's digital transformation after 2020. I wish you all fruitful discussions, and I'm looking forward to reading your recommendations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister, for your introductory words and for providing a sort of broader framework in which we are going to conduct our discussions and hopefully link it to all those major issues and initiatives that the Czech government has been taking recently.